Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ohio Guys here. I'm Christian Ocampo, and today I'm being joined by Chaney Moore. How are you doing, Chaney?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us for your first ever interview with us.
Of
We're very
course, I'm
excited.
happy to be here.
All right, so here's some questions we have for you. First of all, what is it like working in the industry today?
Working in the industry is it's a lot of fun. I'm an actor on stage as well as anime, and I actually just did my first film, so it's been a fun wild ride. Um, but it's difficult. The industry is hard. It's you're constantly trying to make ends meet, and I have to take on several gigs at a time. I'm about to be working on three large projects, and that's not including anime. Anime can come in too, so I could be working on five projects at a time sometimes, just to make sure that everything meets. And but the thing is, it's my passion. So when things are your passion, you work hard to make it work. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years, and I'm still here. So something's working right.
All right, during your time in the industry, what is your favorite show you have worked on?
My favorite show would be Flying Witches. That was one of my favorite characters, and yeah, that was my favorite project, I think, by far.
This is one of my favorites from last year. I love
Oh,
it.
really?
Mm-hmm. It's, a,
That's
it's,
fun.
such a cute little show.
It is. It really is. I just got the DVD, and I'm planning on watching it this weekend. So I haven't seen it yet, so I'm really excited.
All right. Another question we have for you. What was it like working on Haven't You Heard? My name is Sakamoto.
That show, if I remember correctly, I had a lot of hard time saying the names in that show, which meant a lot of takes. Which, thank goodness, the directors like me because they let me do all those takes. But it was a fun show. All the shows are really, really fun. Every time I go in, it's a fun experience. But an overall um, arching theme that I may touch on is the fact that I didn't learn how to read until a late age. Um, so it every time I read now, even though I have gotten better with my reading, it's still overwhelming, especially with going into the studio, watching the screen that has the script, and then the screen that has the anime, and then you have a timestamp. You have to watch the timestamp, read your line that you've never seen before, while trying to match up with the class. It's very overwhelming, and for someone who is not confident in reading, it gets a little nerve wracking. So, especially when there are names that you're not used to pronouncing, it just I have little panic attacks just in my brain. But luckily, like I said, the directors are very, very kind and patient, and they know the pronunciation, so they give it to me about 5 times, and then we're good. But with that show in particular, I remember there being some issues with names.
It happens, especially with anime.
Yeah.
Japanese names. All right. No, another question, and this one you already mentioned. What was that working on Flying Witch?
How was non language?
What was it like working on it?
It was a lot of fun. It was like I said, my favorite project. That one was directed by Shannon. However, I recorded with Kyle Jones, and they let me just have free reign, kind of. Of course, I auditioned for it, and I had a character that they liked, so I stuck with that character, but I was still able to play around with it as much as I wanted to, and she's very similar to me in ways, so I got to just do my weird little uh, visceral voices, which was just a lot of fun, especially playing with the meat. If you get to that scene, it's one of my favorites. It's just me being weird, and I love it. It was just a lot of fun.
Love that show. I really do. All right. Another question. What was it like working on when supernatural battles became commonplace?
That was one of my first projects, if not my first project. Um, So I was extremely nervous. It was fun because I got to, I got to be in anime. That was like the coolest thing in the world. Um, and I had not the biggest part, but I had a substantial part, at least in my mind. Um, so it was the coolest experience, that show, because it was one of my first big roles. Um, I recently watched that with my boyfriend, and hearing your own voice is a surreal experience when it's a cartoon. It's or when anime. It's really awesome. It's really awesome. So that one will always be very special.
All right, and then another show that's really got some high praise. What was like working on Food Wars?
Food Wars. Food Wars was just. um, I honestly don't know what to say with Food Wars. I really enjoyed the character that I played. She was very sarcastic, very dry. But then, as soon as the food comes in, everything happens. uh, it's so throughout my career, I've had to play several characters that are on the let's say the not so shameful side. So having a quote unquote foodgasm, although would seem strange to most people, it was just really funny to me because I've had to play characters similar to that before. But having to do that and watch these characters on the screen, uh, it just was pure joy. It was just fun. I don't know what else to say. That show just is hilarious to me. I really enjoyed working on that one.
Such a good show. The food, the comedy, love it all.
Yeah.
All right. Another show on this one is a very cute one. What was like working on Girls und Panzer der Film?
That one, okay. So that was also one of my earlier films. I really enjoy that movie. I watch it every once in a while because it's so cute. And my friend Shania was the little girl with the teddy bear, the one that everybody doesn't know how to feel about until the end. Um, and she's amazing in that. But getting to play my character, uh, she she was one of my favorite characters because she was just a go getter. She just wanted to win the battle. She didn't care what happened. She just would go full force without really waiting for any command. And I think my favorite moment was when she was in the duck and and she comes out of nowhere in this duck tank, and I can't remember what I scream, but it just makes me laugh every time. It's just ridiculous. It's a fun show. It it has more depth in it than I expected, but when I watched it, I just really enjoyed it. It was a really well done anime, and everybody who voiced in it. It's fun hearing all because I in the community. In the Houston anime community, a lot of them are theater actors or actresses as well. So I know a lot of them. So hearing their voices through the TV, it's a cool thing. So yeah, I enjoy that show.
And just a little trivia for our viewers: Chaney Moore and Chaney Moore are not related. In case some
Nope.
guys were asking.
She's from Alaska originally, and
Oh.
I was born in Louisiana. And I know families, of course, can be from all over, but as far as I know, our families have never met.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. There's the answer.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's time for our funny question that we like to ask everyone. If you could be any of the characters you have played in real life, who will you be? And you can mix match.
Ooh, okay. Oh, Well, I would. Flying Witch would be one of them. Even though it would be cool to actually be the witch. She's the best friend of the witch. But I love that character. And then, hmm, I think I would just stick with her because she's somewhat normal, but she's really goofy, and that's yeah. I think I would go with her. I think I would go with her. But I do have to say, so I just finished recording for Hello Kitty, and I play a character named Harry, and uh, even though Harry is a little child, I might add him into the mix because he's just he's a goofball, and I really enjoy working on that show too, which we can talk about maybe next time. But yeah, I think I would do a mix of those two characters.
All right. Now, is there anything else coming out that you can talk about, or anything else you want to plug in at this time?
Um, well, Hello Kitty is a big one. That was just announced on the website. You can find my name there, so I can announce it. But I think that's the only one that I can talk about right now. But yeah, I just auditioned for 2 other animes, so I may have something to talk about soon.
All right. Now, we come to our last question, and we ask this to everyone. Any Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any other social media for the fans to contact you?
Yes, I do have a Facebook page. It's Chaney Moore. I will probably be setting up a fan base page versus my or professional page versus my personal page. But as of right now, I don't have that separated. So feel free to message me at Chaney Moore. And that's all I have. I am not very tech savvy. I should be. Maybe one day I will get Twitter. If we're lucky and I can figure it out. I just figured out Skype today. So, yeah, but right now just Facebook.
All right. Well, thank you, Chaney, for joining us for your first ever interview with Ohio Guys. Really appreciate it.
I so appreciate you contacting me. I love being on it. Hopefully I can see you guys on this again.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully we get around to sometime in the future. And I also want to thank our viewers for tuning in for this episode of the Ohio Guys. Thank you all. We'll be all seeing you next time. I'm Christian.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.